I made a list of 10 core beliefs that I incorporated into my identity, my self-concept, to always manifest from an easy, effortless, automatic, instantaneous state of detachment, and you can do it too. I'm not going to go through all 10, but just the strongest, the most important, I think, for people to incorporate into your being. To follow along, you can snag the free PDF from the Google Drive link in the pinned comment. So if you see there's a little intro, I talk about how I've used these beliefs to manifest my wonderful marriage, financial freedom, miraculous healing, success on social media, and growth, an ideal place to live, and much more. So whatever it is that you desire, you can incorporate these into your being. But remember, it's not just about reading these and thinking, oh, that sounds like something good. I would like that. I would love to have that belief. No, as Neville Goddard said, our real belief is tantamount to knowing. It's the same as knowing. So when you hear these, feel into what it would be like to know these things at the deepest level, at the core level. If you knew these beliefs were true, how would you operate? How would you go about life? How would you feel about manifestation? That's the goal here. Without further ado, let's dive into the detached mindset of a master manifester. The first core belief is, if any action is needed for my manifestation, I'll be moved to do it automatically without needing to figure it out. So the point of this belief is to release you from the exhausting idea that you need to seek out your next step. A lot of people say, yes, manifest, but take physical actions. But oftentimes there are people who take no action and their mindset is so powerful that what they want just comes to them. But there's also people who take all the actions, every action possible, and their mindset is so terrible that it doesn't get them any success, any movement. Sometimes it's even to their detriment. Right? Sometimes it makes things worse taking certain actions. What is the difference? The difference is, as someone who is detached and from a place of trust and allowing God within, source, universe, higher self, to take care of everything, you trust that you won't have to seek out the action. It will come. It may be an intuitive nudge. It may be just a desire naturally to go to that place or talk to that person or call that person. Something like that. You never know. It could be an email shows up out of nowhere, taking you to your next steps, leading you across the bridge of incidents, which is the series of events leading to the fulfillment of your desire, and there's nothing you could do to orchestrate it yourself. That way you take all the pressure off yourself. That's the main goal of detachment. You want to take all pressure off of yourself to allow your desires to manifest easily and effortlessly. How much effort does God have to put into anything? I like to be a quote-unquote lazy God. I don't want to force anything. I don't want to seek it out. I don't want to try and quantify and analyze and figure out the perfect step to take to get what I want. I want it to come to me. If there's a right step to take, it's going to be automatic. That's the mindset. This is also aligning you with your desired end, by the way, because you're no longer trying to make things happen. What are you implying when you are trying to find actions to take to make your desire fulfilled? You are not assuming that your desire is already yours and that it is done. You are assuming that it's somewhere in the future. Drop that. Let it go. It may be physically in the realm of space and time that it is appearing to be in the future, but in truth, it's done now. Stay in that mindset. Don't go seeking or searching for actions to take. If you like to take a lot of actions, if you love to be a hard worker, go for it, but also mix it with the mindset that whatever action you take will lead you to success, if that's how you are. But for me, I like to trust that I can sometimes even do nothing, and my desire will come banging on my door to get to me. Belief number 2, as a child of the infinite, my desires manifest even if I never lift a finger to do the work. The point of this is to dissolve the belief in doing all these complicated techniques or trying to figure out or feel like you're doing enough or not doing enough. We want to dissolve all of that. There's way too much dogma. In other words, there's way too much false teachings. A lot of people are seeing success with doing robotic affirmations or visualizing a certain way or doing this technique or that technique, and they think that's the way. But the only reason these things work is because they actually get you to a point of letting go and allowing God within you to solve your every problem and manifest your desire. It's not the technique itself. Whatever you think you need to do, it's just a tool. So we're dissolving the idea that you need to do anything, the work, quote unquote. Because as long as you're in that mindset, you're going to be wondering if you're doing enough. You're going to feel bad if you missed your nightly visualization. Don't fall into this trap. Don't be that kind of person, because you're not powerless. You're not someone who has to do all sorts of things to force what you want into existence. You are God. Allow, relax, trust, detach. That is the goal. Dissolve the idea that you need to do any techniques, and that will also help you stop seeking video after video. If you're trying to find some magic technique that will finally get your desire to manifest, it will break you out of that idea so that you only go within. All your answers are within. So if you like watching my videos, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. But the main goal is for me to push you towards yourself, your sense of inner knowing. If something aligns with you, resonates with you, take it and run with it. Don't keep searching for more and more. Try and be present. Allow yourself to incorporate what you learn and actually apply it. Because if you just listen and you say that sounds very good and you don't make the inner changes, you don't make these beliefs into core knowings, then you're not going to see a change in your experience. You're going to continue to seek, continuing to watch video after video, and your life will not change. But it's meant to change. It's supposed to be easy and effortless. So dissolve the idea that you need to, quote, do the work. The work is done. God did it. Isn't it wonderful? This way, you're not manifesting through performance, you're manifesting through being. Being the ideal version of you, being in that wonderful feeling of success, satisfaction, fulfillment, relaxation, joy, comfort, whatever it is for you, to have that specific thing or these specific things that you are manifesting. Another way to look at it is being is doing. If you're trying to find out what you need to do, be. Jumping into number 3, and this one is really huge. I think this is a big one because the law of attraction makes people feel scared of negative thoughts, negative emotions. They think they're going to attract negative experiences to themselves, which that belief, that idea just creates more resistance, more negativity, more difficulty. Belief number 3, my emotions have zero power over my manifestations. I can feel anything and still receive everything. This is meant to dissolve the belief in emotional perfectionism. We are human beings. We are experiencing ups and downs of life. There are obstacles that will show up or circumstances that will show up, and we may get triggered. We may go up and down emotionally, but that doesn't mean we have to fear these ups and downs. It doesn't mean only when I feel up and super good and super positive can I manifest good things. And then when I feel bad and down because of what's going on around me, bad things will manifest. We're breaking all of that. We're destroying all of that. We're returning to the knowing that you need not be high vibe 24/7 in order to manifest your desires. And also, we're knowing that feeling sad, anxious, negative in general doesn't cancel out all your good work. Doesn't cancel out the fact that your desires are already on their way to you. And in fact, they're with you now. Manifestation responds to your dominant assumptions, not your passing moods. Remember that. That way you won't resist. You're just going to allow these feelings to pass through you like energetic sensations. What we resist persists. So the longer you're in a negative state, trying to get out of it, trying so hard to let it go, or trying to look up the perfect inner work to let this feeling go and get out of it, you are resisting. And it's going to stick around even longer. It's like bullies in the movies, right? The longer they get a reaction out of you, they're going to stick around. But the moment you stop reacting and it's no big deal to you, then it passes on, it moves away, because what we resist persists. Stop the resistance. Understand that it's perfectly normal and okay to feel however you may feel, and then the negative will move on much more quickly. In this way, you also stop giving meaning to your emotions. It's our own mind. It's the limited nature of the conscious, rational reasoning mind, which says, this feeling means this, or I feel this way because this happened to me. You're creating stories, connections, identifications, beliefs which are holding you back from assuming your true identity, which is just purely unconditionally, wholeness, oneness with the infinite. I am. Why do you want to be the kind of person who's constantly identifying with a negative story and therefore perpetuating these negative feelings and emotions? That is what's going to create negative experiences, not to scare you, but identifying with the negative, constantly giving meaning to it, quantifying it, qualifying it. You want to let all of this go. Recognize emotions as just energetic sensations passing through you. Don't tie them to anything. Don't say it means this or that. Just let it pass through you because you're allowed to be human and magnetic at the same time. Okay, last one I'm going to touch on in this video just because I think it's one of the most powerful on the list, and it's belief number 6. It's safe to stop checking, doubting, or micromanaging. That energy only slows things down. So when you get into this mindset, you're stopping what most people, probably 90% of people, are doing when it comes to manifestation. They'll do a visualization or some sort of technique, say a couple affirmations, and then they're checking. They check the bank account. They check the social media of their SP. They check. They want to micromanage. They want control because they're still operating from the limited mind, from the ego or the identity of self. What you want to do is release all of that. recognize that when you engage in that activity of checking, not only are you implying that you don't have what you want, but you are using energy, taking it away from the universe to choke your power or to block your highest good from flowing to you like it always automatically is. Instead, when you let go of these behaviors, when you assume this belief into a core knowing, then all of that energy is freed up, giving space for the universe to manifest your desires quickly, easily, effortlessly, and without delay. The main goal with this one is to release resistance around not believing that you've done enough or not believing that it's actually going to happen, aka dealing with doubt, signaling to God within you, the creator of all things, that you don't believe it's done. That's what we want to let go of. Let go, trust, allow. The more you do that, you can live joyfully, peacefully, satisfactorily, that's not a word, but in a sense of satisfaction in the present moment, where you're meant to be, right? As I say very often in my recent videos, the main goal of manifestation is to be happy and joyful, relaxed in the present moment, because you don't want to manifest your dream life having everything you want, the money, the cars, the clothes, the relationship, everything, and then still be caught up in your mind, having anxiety about the future or worries about the past. No. The only moment that truly exists is right here, right now. So if you can be joyful in the present moment, you're already implying that everything you want is taken care of. And there's no need to check. There's no need to stress. There's no need to doubt or worry. You are satisfied now. Your inner sense of feeling of satisfaction is so strong that you don't need anything. All desires cease. You are fulfilled now. So if you like these core beliefs, of course, be sure to get the free download below. As you know, all of these are based in a deep sense of detachment, letting go, allowing for the most easy, effortless, automatic manifestation experience, which is really what you're meant to have. You're meant to be able to be the lazy God sitting on the throne, simply intending what you want and seeing it manifest for you. If that way of being and manifesting sounds good to you, you can check out my detachment course. You don't need it, but it is a huge help in getting into that inner state of knowing where all your desires can flow to you the way they're meant to. You can snag that at the link in the pinned comment or the description. Next, if you want 3 game changer tips I wish I knew when I started manifestation, helpful for beginners or manifestation masters, watch this video right here. As always, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.